Traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 5s during Fort Wayne's morning news with Timesaver Traffic. Here's Mike McIntyre.
Things are looking good on the roadways right now. Just keep in mind that Carroll Road is closed at the bridge between US 33 and Ray Road, so you're going to want to watch out for that as you make your way into work. Got your traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 5s during Fort Wayne's morning news.
From the home comfort experts, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Weather Center.
I'm 21 Alive meteorologist Chris Daniels on News Talk 1190 WOWO 92.3 FM.
Thank you, Chris. Right now, it is a cloudy 22 degrees off the world-famous WOWO fire escape. Light snow in the area, and Mike McIntyre has Timesaver Traffic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Steve. Things are still looking good on the roadways right now. However, with the blowing snow that we are getting from the flurries, no accumulation quite yet, so the roads are looking good. But also, you're going to want to keep in mind that Anthony Boulevard is still closed at the bridge over the Maumee River between Berry Street and Lake Avenue. If you see any kind of traffic trouble, let us know about it in the WOWO newsroom at 447 News. That's 447-6397.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Stick around because Mike is going to have the sports. He's sitting in for Jim Shevlin this week. You're listening and watching to Fort Wayne's Morning News on News Talk 1190 WOWO, 92.3 FM, and NBC 33.
Time for the world of sports on Fort Wayne's Morning News with Charlie Butcher on NBC 33. Brought to you locally by Windows, Doors, and More.
19 minutes past the hour on this Monday morning, December 30th. Steve Shine in for the vacationing Charlie Butcher. Mike McIntyre has the sports. Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Well, the Indianapolis Colts are off to the playoffs. Andrew Luck threw for 282 yards yesterday and one touchdown as Robert Mathis reclaimed the NFL sacks record. And Adam Vinatieri joined the 2,000-point club yesterday as the Colts routed the Jacksonville Jaguars 30-10 as the Colts clinched the AFC South title and have now won 3 straight games, matching their longest streak of the season. The Colts finished the regular season with 11-5 record. An impressive 6-0 in the division against all the other teams. And the Colts will host Kansas City in an AFC wildcard match next Saturday at 4:35. You can hear all the action right here on News Talk 1190 WOWO 92.3 FM, as Bob Lamey will have the call of that one as well. As in other news, Robert Mathis, also the only Colts selected to go to the Pro Bowl. Of course, the obvious other AFC Pro Bowl selection, Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. Big surprise on that one, especially for the year Manning had. It was kind of expected on that one. Well, for the NFC North, it was an ugly season to say the least, but the 8-7-1 Green Bay Packers won their 3rd straight division crown yesterday by scoring the last 2 touchdowns in a 33-28 win over the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Aaron Rodgers put Green Bay ahead, having a 48-yard scoring drive to Randall Cobb with just 38 seconds remaining on a 4th and 8. Talk about a big play on that one, as it was the 2nd touchdown pass of the day for Rodgers, who threw for 318 yards and a pair of early interceptions. But nonetheless, Packers will take on San Francisco next Sunday with a kickoff slated for 4:40. In other NFL scores, the Cincinnati Bengals defeat the Baltimore Ravens 34-17. The Tennessee Titans take down the Houston Texans 16-10. The Patriots down the Bills 34-20. The Broncos defeat the Raiders 34-14. And the Seattle Seahawks take down the St. Louis Rams 27-9. That's all right for sports. Back to you,
Thank
Steve.
you, Mike McIntyre. 6:21 coming up at 6:38 this morning. We'll have Allen Circuit Court Judge Thomas Feltz talking about the newly created Veterans Treatment Court in Allen County. We've got news, weather, and sports all morning long. And I'm Steve Shine in for the vacationing Charlie Butcher. You're watching and listening to Fort Wayne's Morning News on NBC 33, News Talk 1190 WOWO and 92.3 FM.
News is powered by the Auto Collision Service in Fort Wayne. Once again this year, if you have the misfortune to hit a deer, Auto Collision will give you a free turkey when you have your vehicle repaired there. Traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the 5s during Fort Wayne's morning news with Timesaver Traffic. Here's Mike McIntyre.
Things are still looking good right now along the roadways. Just keep in mind that Carroll Road is closed at the bridge between US 33 and Ray Road. Also, with the blowing snow you have right now outside, as far as the flurries go, you're going to leave yourself just a little bit of extra space when you're making your way on the way into work. Got your traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 5s during Fort Wayne's morning news.
From the home comfort experts, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Weather Center.
Thank you, Christopher. Right now, it is cloudy and 20 degrees in Auburn, cloudy and 19 in Huntington, cloudy 20 degrees off the world-famous WOWO fire escape. It is 6:47, 13 minutes now before the 7 o'clock hour. Mike McIntyre has Timesaver Traffic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Steve. Once again, things are still looking good on the roadways right now. Just keep in mind that on Goshen Road, we have some lane restrictions from Independence Drive to Butler Road. Also, we're getting some reports that we may have some black ice over some under and overpasses, so you're going to want to watch out for those as well. If you see any other kind of traffic trouble, let me know about it in the WOWO newsroom at 447 News. That's 447-6397.
6:48, 12 minutes now before 7 o'clock. The Colts win their 3rd in a row, and Mike is back with the sports in just 60 seconds as Fort Wayne's Morning News continues with Steve Shine in for Charlie Butcher. News Talk 1190 WOWO, 92.3 FM, and NBC 33.
Time for the world of sports on Fort Wayne's Morning News with Charlie Butcher on NBC 33. Brought to you locally by Windows, Doors, and More.
Good morning, WOWO Land. Steve Shine sitting in for the vacationing Charlie Butcher. This is Fort Wayne's Morning News. You're listening to News Talk 1190 WOWO 92.3 FM and watching us on NBC 33. Let us be one of the first to say Happy New Year to you. And Chris Daniels tells us it's going to be a cold New Year's. Today, our high is only going to be 22. Tonight's low about 15. Back up to 20 tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. Mike McIntyre is here with the sports. And I hope you had a great weekend.
I did have a great weekend. By the way, it's black ice, not black rice.
I see.
I'll tell you what, it's got me hungry now, though. Have you had breakfast yet?
I haven't, but after 3 hours of this show, it makes me very hungry.
As I say, 9 a.m. is going to be breakfast for all of us. But anyway, sports-wise, Andrew Luck threw for 282 yards and 1 touchdown yesterday as Robert Mathis reclaimed the NFL sacks lead, and Adam Vinatieri joined the 2,000-point club as the Indianapolis Colts routed the Jacksonville Jaguars. Damn, all kinds of tongue-tied now. Jacksonville Jaguars 30-10 yesterday as the Colts clinched the AFC South title and have now won 3 straight games, matching their longest streak of the season. The Colts finished the regular season 11-5 with an impressive 6-0 record in the division. The Colts will host Kansas City in an AFC wildcard matchup next Saturday at 4:35. You can hear all the action right here on News Talk 1190 WOWO 92.3 FM with Bob Leamy on the call. Also, props to Robert Mathis as he is the only Colts selected to go to the Pro Bowl, which has really surprised me. I thought more Colts would have been selected.
Did you watch that game yesterday?
I did not get a chance to see that game yesterday.
The stands kind of emptied out a little bit early.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a the game that had me of interest yesterday, because I'll openly admit I am a Colts fan, but they're my number 2. My beloved Green Bay Packers came up victorious yesterday as the NFC North was ugly to say the least this season, but the Packers won their 3rd straight division crown yesterday by scoring the last 2 touchdowns in a 33-28 win over the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Aaron Rodgers put Green Bay ahead by 48-yard touchdown to Randall Cobb, which is 38 seconds remaining. It was the 2nd touchdown pass of the day for Rodgers, who also had 318 yards total and a pair of early interceptions as the Packers win the NFC North with a record of 8-7-1.
We have some very sorry Bears fans out there.
I'm sure we'll get phone calls now, and I'm pretty sure I just made some people unhappy. But if you would have told me 8-7-1 would have won the division this year in the NFC North, I would have laughed.
Knocked you over with a feather.
The NFC North was the division that everybody just wanted to just hand away because Detroit was dominant early. Chicago had their sake. Green Bay now ends it. So with all the injuries and all the turmoil, who would have told me that Green Bay goes ahead? But it has me happy.
You know where I will be next Saturday at 4:35. My ears will be affixed to 1190 92.3 FM as we listen to Bob Leamy call that great.
Bob Leamy may be one of the best announcers across the NFL. Nobody else can call a game or any kind of sporting event like Bob Leamy does.
Thank you, Mike McIntyre. It is 6:51, 9 minutes now before the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning, Fort Wayne's Morning News with Steve Shine in for Charlie Butcher on NBC 33, News Talk 1190 WOWO and 92.3 FM. Good morning, Fort Wayne. It is 6:56, 4 minutes now before 7 o'clock. Mike McIntyre has Timesaver traffic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It's almost like you and I can't get rid of one another lately. Just
You're
how
doing
much
everything.
I feel it's a master of all trades today.
I think the floor is needed after this.
I could probably do that, too. Things are looking good on the roadways right now. Just keep in mind that the bridge over the Maui River on Anthony Boulevard is still closed down, and it's going to be till next May. That's between Berry Street and Lake Avenue. If you see any kind of traffic trouble, let me know about it in the WOWO newsroom at 447-NEWS. That's 447-6397.
Where you're listening to Fort Wayne's Morning News with Steve Shine in for the vacationing Charlie Butcher. We won't be here tomorrow or Wednesday, so we'll say Happy New Year to all of you. And if you're a sports aficionado, Mike, it's a big week for sports, is it not?
You've got college football out to wazoo the next couple of days. It's a good day. It's a good week, in my opinion, just to prop your feet up on the chair or get about a case of Mountain Dew in my preference and a bowl of popcorn and just enjoy the game.
Stick with us here. If you're a WOWO listener, we'll be on radio for the next couple of hours. If you're on NBC 33, we say thank you and Happy New Year from all of us at Fort Wayne's Morning News. News Talk 1190 WOWO 92.3 FM, NBC 33.
Thanks for watching Fort Wayne's Morning News with Charlie Butcher on NBC 33. The Today Show is up next.